How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. And I'm pleased to say that everything worked this time right away. This is fantastic because this is how I want it to happen. I want to be able to sit down, record, make a video, put it on the YouTubes, and just get going. That's why I have the 2 camera setup. It was made to, if I'm ready to sit down and go over a book or whatever here on the desk, I want it to be efficient, just quick. I don't want to set up a bunch of cameras for this type of thing. I just want to be able to sit down, have a conversation about something, and go on to the next thing I'm working on. So this is the first time I sat down and everything just worked, and it's actually real exciting. I'm excited to get more of these going. So finally, here we are at the 4th edition or 4th volume of 10 of William Eggleston's Democratic Forest. This is the Pittsburgh project or book. So I picked my top 5, and the first one is page 36. One thing I do want to say is there's a lot more people in this one than the other books, but I didn't really pick any photos that there's a lot of street photography type of photos, but I didn't really pick any of those ones. So the first one is page 36. So these books are so huge, I've talked about it before. Actually, that one is on this page here. And what's interesting about this photo is I've been down alleys quite a bit while out photographing, and I've never really seen cars parked like this at all. And right when I turned to this page, I just looked at it for a bit, and it's just, the contrast of the colors help a lot in this photo too, and obviously the cars are really cool. But I don't think I've ever been presented with something like this. But at the same time, I want to pay attention to it a lot more. But I've never really, even when I think about it, in at least Cleveland, this is me talking about Cleveland. So this is Pittsburgh. In Cleveland, walking around, I don't really know if I've really seen cars parked in alleys like this. At least good alleys. There's types next to restaurants, I guess, but with this vibe where you're just in the alley where you don't see businesses open and stuff like that. This is this whole selection, and I think this maybe has to do with a lot of how I'm shooting lately. There's a classic Wintergrand thing where, and it's 100% true, where I could open this up a month from now, not look at the pages I picked, and just pick 5 new pages, or pick 5. I might not have the same 5. I probably won't have the same 5. It depends on the mood that day that I'm selecting. But this is something I want to pay attention to when I'm out shooting, is just look at the scene a little bit more. Maybe there's something going on. So the next page we have is page 39, which is right here. So these books are massive. This one I like just because it's kind of its own vibe. I love this wall. Actually, this car and the wall are just perfect together. But the weird thing is I like the wall better than the car, which is strange because the car is so good. But there's something that's going on with this wall that's just super interesting. But yeah, the car helps a ton too. They just complement each other really well. Next page, we're going to page 62. Got more to it. Let me mark these. Alright, so before this page, there's a lot of just your classic street photography, people crossing the street and all that. But this is kind of just another one of those. I'm really intrigued by photographing things where you don't exactly see what's happening, but you're given the idea in a way. You're presenting something and letting the viewer fill in the holes, that type of thing. And I like this one. This kind of brings that element where what's coming down the street. I like I like this whole vibe. This is another thing. Going through these, I'm trying to educate myself, and I'm trying to bring these thoughts out to you as well. If you're out photographing the streets, is pay attention to things that won't be around like forever, like newspaper stands. There's those won't be around forever. So, and even having like three next to each other probably isn't even a thing anymore, or at least in Cleveland. Maybe there is. Again, that's something I need to pay attention to and try to document. Next page we got is 69. I'm like on a roll, getting right to it. This one just really continues on with that mysterious, leave things open to interpretation. What's going on? This is definitely one of those. This aggressive, the broomstick is bent from his aggression, just like how he's bent over. What's going on behind this window? What's going on with this little poster? It's just like it's just you get the soft ice cream, but things are boarded up. It's makes you look. It's really interesting. Like when you look at this, like you're like, when I first seen it, I did a double take of what this poster was. It's ice cream cones, but I did a double take with that, and again, the little sliver of car. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. All right, the final photo. I already remember what this one is, and it's just the theme of the day. Again, I could open this up in a month, and maybe I have a different theme in my head. But this one is this one's good too. Again, it's just this one's real interesting because you got the two sides of the fence. Well, it's technically three sides. So you're on the outside of two different sides of fences here. You got the dome situation in the background. Again, you get the car. This is something I'm really working on with my photography. Is not even just cars, but just something going on. You got the guy and what he's up to. Just a great photo. Just another one of those, makes you look and makes you ask questions, and that's something to really think about with photography. And that is Volume 4, William Eggleston, The Democratic Forest, Pittsburgh. So I want to thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. Definitely stay tuned for Volume 5. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. I'd truly appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.